Is it possible to make 2000 using this line chart strategy? In this video, I'm going to show you the cons and pros of this strategy. Make sure you watch the entire video. There will be multiple pro tips to help you understand when to take trades and when not to take trades. Also, do not skip any part of this video because you do not want to miss any key moments or any key pro tips, because I will be sharing a lot so that you guys can have a full understanding and a full breakdown of this particular strategy. Let's find some opportunity. Okay, I will be taking this for $50. I don't know what happened there. It take a while for my trade to be entered right there. Yeah, so technically I took a downward trade and I'm going to explain why. Now I'm using the indicators very differently from the traditional ways, okay? Because as I always said, there is a time and a place for everything. The reason why I took a downward sell trade was because I see that the stochastic oscillator has crossed the oversold level, and MACD already crossed in that direction, so I'm predicting that the price will try to at least continue going down. Okay, because the reason why I did this was I'm only trading when the indicator breaks the lower level of the stochastic oscillator or the higher level. I will be explaining everything further on the next trade. I think I'm gonna keep taking trade here. Okay, I get a nice discount entry right there. As you guys could see, there was a particular level right here. If I was supposed to switch on the Japanese candles, you will see that there was something right here that is called a resistance, which resists the price from going higher. And also I saw that the stochastic oscillator crossed the lower level of the line right here. Okay, and this is how you're using, and this is how I use the indicators when I'm trading the line charts, because the line charts is a little bit different from regular candlesticks. Okay, so therefore I love to trade it when I see the price breaks the level, either the top level or the bottom level, and I usually use it with stochastic oscillator, okay, because it's one of my favorite indicators, so I trusted to use it. I'm taking this because I see that the price broken the lower level right here, and if you guys pay attention closely, you could see that there is some downward movement going on right here, but it's most likely sideways, so I'm expecting the price to at least bounce from a particular level right somewhere here and reverse now, because the stochastic oscillator already crossed right here. So I was expecting the price to come and retest some of the lows on this side right here. Okay, I want you guys to know that the line chart can also be read as the same as the candlestick charts, and this is something that happens when you master candlestick psychology. It's like you can apply to anything at all, you know. And yeah, but anyway, I'm not talking about that. I'm trying to show you guys that I love to use stochastic oscillator with the line charts. I don't know why, it just gives me good results. Okay, I'm going to be showing you guys something so important. Look at this, guys. We're gonna put one more on this because this trade is magnificent. Now you guys might wonder why I took so many trades on this. Watch this out, guys. You know about top down analysis, right? So basically what I'm doing here is that I'm on the 10-minute time frame and I'm taking 1 minute trade. So this means that my accuracy of winning this trade increases, because we already know that when we're using top-down analysis and the higher time frame to confirm our entries and the lower time frame, we have an advantage. This is the benefit of using the line chart, because I could literally switch between time frames so quickly. I'm literally on the 12-minute time frame, and this is why I told you guys, be careful when you're using this line strategy and you're zooming in and zooming out, okay? Because the zoom in and zoom out can affect your win rate. Let me find some more opportunity and explain to you guys. I'm taking one more right here. Now I'm on the 6-minute time frame, guys. Let me zoom in some more right here. If you pay attention closely, you could see that on the 12-minute time frame, we have just crossed the higher level of the stochastic oscillator. MACD has been crossed also, and if you pay attention, there is a movement right here going higher, like a rally-based rally. Remember, I always talk about that. You see how the price is moving like a mountain. That is what called a rally-based rally, okay? But the main thing I want you guys to notice here is that I can switch between time frames so quickly. See that? I am on the 9-minute time frame. Now I'm on the 21-minute time frame, and this is how I'm viewing the market. I'm using top-down analysis to predict the market with indicators and the line chart, okay? Now I'm on the 21-minute time frame, and I saw a downward movement here. I'm taking the trade a little bit early. I should have waited for the price to reach the lower line. I'm going to enter at least two more, right? Because I should have entered when it touches the lower line. Remember, that's the strategy. Now I'm on the 21-minute time frame. If I go back and I check on the lower time frame, which is like, let me see, 5 minutes, I see the movements which is going on. Like there is a small upward movement, but remember that the higher time frame carries more weight than the lower time frame. So whatever I'm seeing on the 5 minute, I know that the 21-minute time frame is 4 times that. So therefore the price will continue in my direction, because guys, guess what? I'm doing top-down analysis and I'm teaching you guys the game, and you guys have to just learn. See that? That's the beauty of top-down analysis, guys. That's all. Use the higher time frame to confirm. When using the line chart, I could literally switch between them so quickly. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take this for 2 trades. I'm on the 24-minute time frame, and I'm seeing a upward trajectory movement. But I'm not confident in it because there's just so much mountains on this side right here. Guys, when I say mountains, I mean levels, okay? I just like to call the line chart mountains, but it's actually levels. If I switch and go on the Japanese candle, you will notice that there is a level right here. See that? So when I say mountains, I actually mean levels, okay? Don't be confused. All right. Yes. So basically, okay, this trade is going very well. But remember, I am on a high time. Guys, always try to use the higher time frames. It increases your probability of winning the trade. Okay? I mostly use the higher time frame when I'm trading this strategy. Now it's time I'm going to share the pro tip with you guys, okay? So basically, the 21-minute or the 24-minute, the 21-minute time frame is actually the best one. to be honest, and then you can go on like the 5 minute to confirm the analysis. As you see right here, the analysis wasn't confirmed, it just confirmed now. So my entry should have been now. So this trade seems like a losing trade, guys, because of my bad analysis, but it's okay. This happens to the best of us. Okay. Alright, so I'm taking this for 900. I lost the previous trade, guys, because I wasn't paying attention clearly to the movement of the market. And this is the reason why I say, guys, there is no 100%, because just a tiny mistake can make or break a winning trade. Okay, and this is something I learned over the time of winning and losing, and I realized that okay, if I just stay focused, don't let emotions overtake my trading decision, I will be fine. And that's how you break out of the losing cycle. Eventually you will learn. The more you win and lose, you will see patterns if you're paying attention though, and if you have somebody to hold you accountable like a mentor or something. But you see how this trade here turns out to be a winning trade when I focus and try to pay attention instead of getting emotional or try to revenge trade. That's a no-no when trading binary options or trading overall. You have to be very nonchalant about your wins and your losses. Now for the first indicator, I'm going to be using MACD, and the second one is going to be stochastic oscillator. Okay, now I'm going to be increasing the periods and the indicators, and I'm going to explain why, because I want you guys to learn something valuable today. The line chart moves very frequently. Okay, so therefore I need to increase my indicators so that I don't get a lot of fake signals. There is a time and a place for everything. Okay, there's times when you need to increase the periods, and there's times when you need to decrease the period based on the market sentiment. Now I'm taking two trades here, guys. As you see, I'm on the 20 time frame, and what I was telling you guys earlier is that try to take the trade on the higher time frame and confirm it by going to any lower time frame of your choice. I choose to go to the 5-minute time frame because it's more stronger than the 1-minute time frame. And I don't like to say the word stronger because all time frames are basically the same, but with the higher time frames, because you get less signals, there's less noise, so the accuracy increases. And this is the reason why people say that the higher time frame holds more weight, which is true. And that's the reason why I go to the 21-minute or 20-minute time frame, then I confirm on the 5-minute or lower time frame, and see, the trade turns out to be successful. So yeah, basically this strategy does work. So yeah, you could try it for yourself if you want. If you guys want to learn more about candlestick psychology or supply and demand, you could watch this video right here. This will be the end of my video, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.